on this computer. Meeting is now live streaming on custom live streaming service. Well,
Yeehaw.
let's hope that is the case. Do you see us? Are we live anywhere?
We are live, my friend.
Excellent. Well, as we said earlier, cheers and welcome to another Wednesday on the Evan and Aaron show. I'm Aaron Gordon.
And I'm Evan Casey, and I'm well hydrated already. As if you couldn't tell, I've got my Barry White voice going on right now. No COVID, so no COVID. That's good.
All righty. Well, let's hope so, because to jump right into it, Indiana has seen a 73% increase in cases. Deaths and hospitalizations, I don't think, are going up too much, but that's gives us a chance to talk about what's coming up. We've talked about school and sports and things like that, and how that's going to resume. But the fact remains, it's a long road ahead of us. It doesn't seem like it, but we're a few short months away from fall and cooler weather, and with that will come cold and flu season.
Yep.
It's probably gonna be worse this year. Probably be smart for everybody to go out and get flu shots. I haven't gotten a flu shot in years, but they do say it should help, so probably go do that for the first time in quite a while. But I think more importantly, people need to begin preparing for what this is going to look like for the next 6 or 9 months.
Mm-hmm.
And think about it. We've basically been indoors 7 months now: March, April, May, June, July, 6 months. I think we've met it with varying degrees of success on individual levels. I'm not talking about wearing masks and things of that nature, because obviously, obviously, if we just put us all on lockdown for the month of March and everybody wore masks, if they absolutely had to go out, we'd still have a disease, we'd still have a problem, but I don't think we'd have a problem on quite the same level that we've got right now.
Right.
But we're past that, and this is where we are, and people know they should be wearing a mask. So not much more to say on that. But I think right now people need to be, making sure they're outside as much as possible, enjoying the vitamin D of the sunshine, because you're going to miss it that much more this year.
Yeah.
It's going to be really problematic, I think, and we need to look after our mental and physical and emotional health as we move forward. So, I think we got an annual pass to Indiana State Parks, trying to take advantage of that, get
cool.
out, just enjoy a little bit of nature, get the dogs out running around. But
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, finish.
Okay. No, I was going to just continue what you were saying, man. I saw today on the news that we're not the only ones. Like America, yes, we have royally screwed this up. But some European countries are starting to see increases in cases. I just saw today that Germany and Spain, I think.
Yeah, Spain definitely has
jumped. And different, France is starting to jump a little bit. And so this thing isn't going anywhere, guys. The second wave thing is real. But the sucky thing about it, I was watching Trevor Noah, and it was hilarious. He was like, the sucky thing about it is America had an opportunity to kind of stem this tide. And all of a sudden, it's like we're going to be dealing with the end of the first wave while we're dealing with the beginning of the second wave. Yeah. And it's just like, God, it's going to take all of us just doing what we can, man. It is. It just is. But it's kind of hard to do whenever you have professionals making videos.
Yeah.
Telling us that, hydroxychloroquine is the end all be all. If you can combine it with 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 12 other drugs, that'll take care of it. I don't know how many of you guys saw this video before it was taken down. Aaron, I sat there literally, there are very few times in my life that I am rarely speechless, but I actually had a chance to see clips from this video. And there was one piece where the Dr. Emanuel, and let me just do a side note here. Trevor Noah said it the best, and I'm going to reiterate it. This does not give anybody the right to call African doctors crazy.
No.
Okay? This particular doctor, who is from Africa, is crazy. Okay, so let me just throw that out there.
Isn't she
Um,
an ophthalmologist too?
she could be an ornithologist for all I know. For what she knows, yeah, I have no idea. But anyway, she actually said that she read a study where they used hydrochloroquine to treat hiccups, and she said hiccups very much are a symptom of COVID.
Okay.
That's where I was like, what? So real quick, hey Janelle, hey David, Roger, Larry, TJ just got through saying, oh, I saw it. Sad thing is, some of them are real doctors even. Yeah, I know, TJ.
Well, but let's clarify something here though. Dentists are doctors. Okay? But when my teeth hurt, I go to a doctor, and when my back hurts, I go to a back specialist.
Yeah.
It seems like several of the people aren't doctors. The few that are in completely different fields. They're wearing white lab coats to make them. These are not frontline doctors, you know.
Yeah.
And this has all been debunked. They started the website less than 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
This to me, it's willful confirmation bias and cognitive dissonance, because you can't listen to this. It's just on its face so completely absurd. And to be fair, I'm glad that the social media platforms took it down. And of
Yeah.
course, you're going to have people crying about that censorship. Well, no, it's not. You need to, again, learn what the Constitution actually says and what rights and responsibilities actually are.
But wait,
It's
Aaron,
a
that
private
means you
company.
actually have to read it. And
Well,
I don't want that. I want Tucker Carlson to come on and just tell me what I need to believe. Oh,
well, and
wow. I said
that's
that out loud.
if there's an awful lot of people who go through life that way. They want things spoon fed to them. You
Yeah.
know, life's become a little too hard for them, and they can't have anything that disrupts their carefully organized worldview, because any aspect of that comes apart, that the whole house of cards comes crashing down.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
and so you get stuff like this. You get a group of people. You get some money, you get a camera, you stage a photo op on the steps of the Supreme Court or some shit
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
um,
Yeah.
and then you send it out to your two big mouthpieces, and they quickly disseminate that, and then everybody turns around and hits it up again. we saw this a few
85 million followers,
we saw this a few months back with and how many of those are Russian bots?
man.
Okay. I mean, we
Good
know
point.
this
Good
stuff
point.
now.
Good point. Good point.
We know now that we need to reach a point where we stop, rehashing and re-arguing the same points. This is not true.
Yeah.
To really dive into it. I mean, someone can. I'm fine with that. But for the lay person to wade into this, it's absurd. It's such a waste of time, such a waste of mental energy, when there's so many other things legitimately to be concerned about. Knowing that this is, hey, we're probably going to have a toilet paper shortage again. I mean, people are not going to leave the house for a while. That things
Yeah.
like that are going to happen. And if we have massive outbreaks in metropolitan areas, we're going to see serious chaos. And then you throw in, federal troops in metropolitan areas, throw in less access to voting, the mail-in ballots, and now they're basically trying to defund the United States Postal Service, which will make it even more difficult.
Yep.
Which just means I'm going to wear a fucking hazmat suit to vote. I
In
will.
a diaper.
I don't.
In a
Well,
diaper.
I'm lucky. I'm lucky because of where I live, and the longest I ever stood in line was maybe 45 minutes to an hour in Fishers. And now that I've been down here in the heart of Indianapolis, I don't think I've actually stood in line. I think and I've only been here 3 years, so I've only, had to vote twice. But I think each time I walked in, signed my name, got handed a ballot, and I might have had to wait 30 seconds for somebody to finish in front of me.
Man.
Now look at 8 hours a day in Atlanta, Georgia, and maybe not even go. And those are the most disenfranchised people already. They can't ask their boss for 8 hours off. This is why it should be a federal holiday yet again, people. I mean, this is it. We need to somehow wrangle the narrative with all this. And instead of having these discussions, instead of being sidelined by clowns like Jim Jordan and Matt Gaetz,
Oh man,
and
don't
even
get me
Barr
started.
trying to filibuster. I loved her, what's her name, Representative or Senator Jayapal. I mean,
yeah, Jayapal.
She went all in on him, and you should. You know, this is how you speak truth to power to people who think they are above the law, and we have got to begin doing this in the conversation. And you know, just say, you know, when somebody throws out the, well, what about the doctors? You know what? Go read the 10 million fucking reviews that say this is bullshit, and then 2 that are all from Russian bots or from followers of Alex Jones saying, you know, supporting it.
InfoWars.
No, you don't get a seat at the table with that kind of stuff.
No, you don't. No,
and absolutely do not.
And Aaron, you know, you make a great point. The fact is that we have opened the doors now in America to just flat out false news, like just false. It's false. If you go back to the roots of what media really is, media is reporting truth. Now, granted, the past of the United States, it's been reporting the truth of a certain population of people, but nevertheless, it's reporting truth. Yeah. And the fact is that we can look and see the fact that Fox News has a truth, CNN has a truth. No. And once again, throwing air quotes on my particular dislike of, but to some people, that's truth. And the issue is that we don't do the work. Like you said, we just simply don't do the work. We don't use our brains. We're a population now that just simply wants to be fed whatever the media says to us. And I will say this, and I'm sorry. I am sorry. It goes both ways. Now, there's one side where it's very much extreme, and I won't say what side that is, the right. But, you know, I'm just saying that there are people perceive truth in different ways. But I have something special for you. I'm going to share my screen with you, my friend.
All righty.
Because I want to prove that point. And then after this, maybe it's only a 2-minute type video. But after this, then wait, don't want to go there yet. There we go. Yeah. Old man technical difficulties. Oh, you disabled participant screen sharing.
I did.
You don't like me, man.
Oh,
I had it. I had like, guys, I had multimedia ready for us.
Hold on. You should be able to share.
Okay. Okay.
Huh. I don't see anything keeping you from doing it.
Really?
Yeah.
Darn it.
Let me see if I'm getting some sort of pop-up or something asking me to let you do it. You're using enhanced encryption. I don't know about that. Is it a link? Maybe I can bring it up.
No,
I apologize.
No, it's okay.
Sorry, folks. Okay. I am not the best at being the Zoom meeting leader. Apparently, I thought I had everything okay. If you wanted to,
I feel I feel my voice is not being heard, my friend.
Specifically, Evan Casey. Right here in it says Evan is not allowed to share his screen.
No, here and I can explain to you if you work it out, great. But let me explain. The fact is that it's a video from 2014. It's 2014 on one side, 2020 on the other side, and it is just the same Fox News hosts blasting President Obama for sending in federal troops to the ranch.
Yeah.
Federal property, federal land, sending them in saying, oh, this is an overreach. Oh, this is terrible. Oh, this shouldn't go on. But in 2020, they're like, oh my God, this is needed. And that is the epitome of what I'm saying, Aaron, is the fact that, you know, it's hard to talk to people who have bought in, who have really bought into this BS. And to bring it full circle, you've got people buying into these doctors, these frontline doctors who get on the steps of the, you know, Supreme Court and, you know, blurt out this bullshit. I mean, it's just terrible.
I think what's frustrating the most about it is that
I
there's
just took
no
my shot.
well, then pour more whiskey.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Um, let's not complicate things, man. Unless you're out, just pour another shot.
Yeah, there you go.
Damn it. Hartford tied up the score. It's 1-1, Indy 11 in Hartford. Been playing well though.
Reds are still up, so there
What's
you go.
frustrating is you can't have a conversation anymore, and you know, throughout history, it's gone back and forth as to who's being the most obstinate. But when one side wholeheartedly follows science, and I hate to say side, I hate this us versus them thing, but there's a reality out here that like I said a couple weeks ago, you know, if you ask somebody about a mask or you ask somebody about climate change and they give you an answer one way or the other, you know who they're voting for the most part. I mean, I bet you could guess with better than 95% certainty. So when one of you believes in science and says this is what the data and the best minds say about this particular thing, whatever it may be, and then another group of people immediately politicize that, because that's what this is. This isn't I don't believe that, because you have no other information. The CDC and the WHO spend billions of dollars to do this type of research, but some dude sharing a video from his mom's basement is somehow important to you, right? And it's some sort of QAnon conspiracy, and apparently Wayfair generated the virus in Bill Gates' pants on a sunbed. I mean, it's the ludicrousness of it never ceases to amaze me, and I can't. How do you have a conversation with that person? You know, if somebody comes up to you and says, "Hey, Evan, you can run your car on peanut butter, and I'm going to wash my dog using acid," you're like, you're a crazy person. You are absolutely a nutbag, and I think you need help. Right? And I will try to meet you halfway on this. You know, what are you going to mix that peanut butter with? I think it's going to be bad for your engine.
It's like, okay.
But you can't, there is no starting point. There is no shared reality from which to begin having a conversation when somebody's like, well, here's this video of this Nigerian foot doctor or whatever the fuck she is saying that if you, oh God.
I know. You just need a breath, man.
I did read this much.
Okay.
She believes that the virus is caused by having dreams about sex with demons.
Wait. I actually looked this up, my friend. I actually looked into this. I had an inside source send me some detailed information about astral. Let me make sure I enunciate astral sex. Okay. This is literally,
I was going to say, I mean, there are other parts of Africa
I know,
that have gone really Uganda. They eat the poo-poo.
I'm just going to stop there. But there is a thing. And, you know, Janelle sent me that information. Thanks, Janelle. But this is a belief where, you know, people actually can get into a relaxed state and leave their body and actually, you know, have sex with.
You know, I've heard of astral projection. I've heard of this stuff.
There you go.
But okay. What percentage of normal society believes that, for one? It's a very, very small number. I'm not going to speculate other than that's a very small number. And then what percentage of people who believe that actually participate in it, practice it, think they're going to do that? I mean, we're talking infinitesimal, and we've got we have millions of people who've tested positive for this worldwide. And I can tell you this, people who are in poor urban rural areas that don't have a high school diploma, they don't have a clue what astral projection is. And they're getting sick. So again, to entertain this is nonsensical to me.
Exactly. And this is the thing. This woman, her statement was, and it wasn't even, I had to actually do a little more research about it. And I actually became dumber than what I was before. So I'm sorry that I did it. But anyway, she said that if you have sex with yourself, aka masturbation, then that opens the door for, because sex is a spiritual transaction, that opens the door for demons to come and to have sex with you. That's where I turned it off. I was like, oh, okay.
And Trevor Noah is right in that this is not an excuse to bash African doctors and African culture.
Right.
Because just like anywhere else in the world, subcultures have some beliefs that really just do not add up, do not jive with the world that we know is going on around us.
Mm-hmm.
Having said that,
here it comes.
I was in South Africa in 2010, and South Africa has been dealing with an HIV epidemic for decades. And it was very, very prominent as to how they were, they wanted it very well known to people visiting the country that they were taking it seriously. There were condoms everywhere. There were ads from like big name soccer players. Like I saw Ryan Giggs in an ad. I was like, why is Ryan Giggs in an ad? He's not here for the 2010 World Cup, but it was just, he was a big name player. He's well known as a Manchester United player. So he was giving, basically a public service announcement. And the problem is because there are still it's a partial tribal, partial urban, suburban culture. The tribes do hold on to some particular notions. I mean, look, I'm not speaking out of turn to say that it's still a huge issue about female genital mutilation and what they believe that tamps down sexual desire, and it makes it easier for childbirth. And what it really does is it scars women for life. Men have circumcision in a tribal way that I'll describe it off air because most people will probably get sick from it. And it's so, and again, I'm not trashing African culture because I could point to plenty of things in probably Appalachia
I could tell you plenty of things from Appalachia.
I'm saying there are subcultures all around the world that hold on to some antiquated beliefs that do not jive with reality. And I think this is the kind of thing that's born out of that. I think it was very easy for her to take these beliefs and then to turn it into something bigger on a national scale. And if you put a camera in front of somebody, there's their 15 minutes. No one would have any clue who this woman is. And a week from now, nobody will either. Right.
And
I can tell you this, she's not about to become the new medical expert on Fox News. They're not going to give her that job. I know that maybe is what she wants, but it's not happening. All right.
Yeah, no, that's not going to happen. Everything within me just I mean, Aaron, literally, I could not spend more than 10 minutes looking at this stuff. Like actually,
and you shouldn't. You should not.
Like I said, I'm like, I can't do this. I can't do this. I don't know anybody that would listen to what was being espoused from any of their mouths. I just don't understand, because it's already been disproven by science. And you look at the effectiveness of the drug. And I've got a dear friend whose wife uses hydroxychloroquine because she has what is the
it has uses
where she has pain all the time. I forget. I don't know.
Fibromyalgia.
Yes, thank you. She has fibromyalgia, and thank you, Dr. Gordon. Excellent.
Well, I'll be right back. I'm getting my white lab coat.
Yeah, and she uses it, and it works for her
because that's what it's prescribed for.
Thank you. People, what it's supposed all you got to do is look up. I mean, here's the thing. I don't take Viagra to solve a headache. I just don't. Some people may.
Well,
but anyway.
But see, again, though,
analogy.
that is a bad analogy from the standpoint that the drug was originally created for heart issues because it's a vasodilator. It allows blood flow, and it had marginal efficacy during clinical trials, but there were a whole bunch of dudes who went, hey man, there's this side effect.
It's like, hey,
I'm driving nails on the way out of the room here.
And it's not going away for 3 hours. Holy crap.
See, doctor.
Yeah, there you go.
So I mean, and we know that certain drugs are used for multiple treatments that, you know, they weren't originally utilized for. You know, Wellbutrin is both a smoking cessation drug, but also a low level, you know, mood stabilizer, like a Prozac or a Zoloft or something like that.
Right.
So yes, we have found that drugs have multiple uses. The problem here, and I don't know how much truth there is to this, but it sounds like the U.S. government, Trump, thought, oh my God, this is going to be the wonder drug, and they ordered a bunch of it. So now they have to make it look like this is worthwhile. And you know, it'd be one thing if it was just here, but Brazil, whose leader makes Donald Trump look like an absolute first grade teacher.
Sorry, I'm looking at the comments.
And
I'm like, oh,
they were doing hydroxychloroquine trials. And they were so poor that they stopped them in a country where they have a literal dictator. I mean, Bolsonaro is basically a Brazilian Trump for all intents and purposes, with even less concern for his citizenry. He
has like negative F's to give. I mean, literally.
And they even stopped it. So we know it doesn't work. And again, this is I don't have the answer for this, because, you know, I'm here. I'm not on TV. I'm not driving policy. You know, I don't get phone calls from Nancy Pelosi going, hey, Aaron, you know, what's our strategy? But the strategy needs to be getting back control of the narrative. And I don't mean in a control the narratives and only say this and only say that. I mean, I'm not going to have a conversation about this kind of shit at the highest of levels.
Yeah.
I
agree.
It doesn't make any sense to me at all.
Mm-hmm. So, my friend, it sounds like we have reached halftime, and I already had one, so I feel kind of bad. You know, no, I don't feel bad.
Do you feel bad?
No, I don't. Not really. Do we have a shout out tonight, my friend?
You know, I know we've mentioned her before, and probably this is now the third time, but I'm going to say shout out to JoJo and also Jay and to Rudy, because I was up at our favorite watering hole for the first time in quite a while last night, and it was really nice to be there. I wore a mask, spent longer than I should have. I feel bad about that, but they are doing a great job with spacing. Everybody's wearing their masks. Also, shout out to McKenna. Met her last night. She's cool.
She's awesome.
So to the North Side staff, and also I want to throw this out there. I'm not going to put it on blast, but if you're on Facebook, you've probably seen it because you're friends with us. But our dear friend Stevie up at Chatham Butler, and she used to be up at Fisher's. She could use a little help and a little positivity right now as well. So shout out to all our friends. Much love. Hope for a speedy recovery for Stevie, and shouts to everybody at Tap Nation.
Sláinte. Wow. Yeah, I know. It draws you back. It's like, ooh. I can't believe I can't share my screen. Wow. What if I left and came back? Can I do that?
I haven't changed any settings. So I'm going to have to do it after. I'm not really, I signed in.
I'm trying to think, because I'm really excited about this Hey Aaron tonight. I think you're going to like it. Maybe I'll jump on with my phone. Maybe I'll do it that way. And then just show you the screen.
That'd probably work, because I'm having I can't even log into Zoom right now. So
wow.
So somehow we're having this meeting, and
you know, it is what it is. So all right, let me see if I can jump on here. Because I want to talk about these stupid television networks and how they're driving people insane. Well, television network.
You don't mean OAN, do you?
ID channel. There you go. No, I can't. I can't hate on the ID channel. My significant other, she
ID
loves
channel?
ID. Oh my God, investigative. The one that all the murder, which
Oh,
scares me, by the
I'm
way.
I'm not familiar with this. I've gotten into a few of those shows.
Yeah,
Definitely got into what was it, the making of a murder, whatever that was called, with the dude up in Wisconsin, and uh, there were like a couple of them. Again, good distraction, I suppose. Um,
okay.
while you're
It's
doing that, I want to get back to what I was kind of talking about at the top of the show a little bit. Um,
mhm.
and throw out some ideas. And it's kind of along the lines of, what are people doing right now to kind of keep themselves occupied. Um,
Yep.
but I think moving forward, we really need to prep for this in the sense of, we're going to be at home. We're going to be in close quarters with our loved ones. Definitely like the idea of creating family and friend bubbles. People that you trust, and you're like,
Right.
okay,
Right.
they respect it. They're wearing their masks, and we've been around each other. Our kids have been around each other. We can't become victims of it. We can't completely be prisoners to this. But there's a not so fine line between that, and I think organizing some book clubs, and we did it last night. I think we're going to see more and more situations where pals sit around and watch a ball game together now that sports are back.
That was
um
so much fun, dude. That was so much
it,
fun.
it was, and it's a good way to go about it.
Mhm.
It's still a shared experience. It's not the same.
No,
um I we talked about gaming previously. I definitely think the PS5 is in my future, which I don't, I've never been that big of a gamer, but it's been a while, and it's cool and new, and I'm gonna have several months in the middle of winter trying to figure out what the hell to do. So
right.
hopefully a new FIFA comes out with it.
Yep.
Get you a
Hey,
big puzzles.
I got to clear something up, man. I got
Mhm.
to clear something up. So first of all, let's see. Janelle says TMI, Evan. That's awesome. Michelle says ID channel is awesome, and I feel a little attacked right now. Um, ID channel is awesome. It's awesome. It's awesome. It's Aaron's fault.
Drag me into this.
I know I did. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, brother. All right, let me see if my technological genius has worked. Oh my gosh, I did it. I did it. Yay. All right. Do you have anything else to talk about, man?
Um,
Or do you just want to have fun? No, that's fine. If you got something to talk about, let's do it.
Uh, a couple things. One, Indy
Yeah.
11 scored, so it's now 2-1 with about
Glory, glory.
20 to 30 minutes to go.
Awesome.
Um,
Are
along
the
the
Reds still
lines,
up?
that's a good question. My Hulu is not up right now, so let me see what's going on ESPN.
I
It
got you. Go ahead with your
is
thought. I got you.
we are heading to the bottom of the sixth. The Reds are up 9-0.
Ooh.
Barring a massive comeback, a certain Mr. Nordman on my Facebook page can eat shit from his
This
comment from
is
last night.
this is for Rudy, right there, Rudy.
Hey, you know what? The Cubs just smashed us 2 games in a row. Even though we did
I
make a
know.
big comeback the other night,
I know.
that was still kind of ugly. So I'm
It
gonna take
sucks.
9-0 at the moment. But if anybody can blow a 9-0 lead, it's the Reds.
Very true.
Um,
That's very true.
One sad bit of news today I saw is that Marion County is pushing football, soccer, maybe rugby.
I
I
saw
believe
that.
it was 3 sports. They're being pushed to the spring, probably for the best. We've already had a kid. And that was up in Fishers, wasn't it? That we had a football player test positive.
Yeah.
But that doesn't apply. But Marion County, and I'm at least glad that they're planning for the spring. It's going to crowd things up. It's going to be a crowded sports schedule, and for anybody who played football in the fall and baseball in the spring, they've got some tough decisions to make. I feel bad for the seniors, but um, you know needs must. We're in a tough situation.
Mm-hmm.
And it requires difficult decisions. And props to the people who made that decision. I assume Hogsett weighed in, and I don't think it'll be too long before Holcomb weighs in again. And again, credit where due. I think I didn't vote for the guy, but I think Holcomb has done a pretty decent job on this. If I had a criticism, I could say he could have been a little tougher. He could have gone the Cuomo route, but we did not have the issue on the same level. Indianapolis is not New York City. We do not have the same concentration. We don't have millions of people walking to and from work every morning and afternoon, for hours at a time, being in a crowd and getting on a subway. We don't have that. People get in their cars and they drive. So we don't have those same issues. So I don't know, hindsight 2020. Yeah. You look back and be like, well, if we'd have just done this, that's a harsh criticism. But along the way, he has not taken his guidance from Trump or Pence. And he's done certainly much better than other red state governors. So I have to give credit where it's due. And hopefully, it would be great if he came out and said, look, we're shutting Indiana down.
Yeah. Yeah. Here's the thing. I got to say, I was with you until this last week when he announced the mandatory mask thing. I think it would have had more teeth if he would have went in with a fine. If he'd have went in with just saying, look, because he went in too strong, because you're in a red state. People are going to hound you and stuff like that, and he didn't stand. And so now you look like a high school principal that tried to say, oh, there's no dance this year. And then all of a sudden parents and kids were up in arms. You said, oh, okay, well, we'll let a dance happen. Instead of just saying, look, we're going mandatory masks. Anybody without a mask on, you're going to be fined. That's something that I think you can make stick.
Yeah.
The felony charge, or I'm sorry, the level 2
criminal, yeah,
criminal.
Well, we've already had sheriff's departments saying they're not going to enforce it.
Exactly, and they, and here's the thing: if we had sheriffs, and they know who they are, if we had sheriffs worth their weight, then maybe that would have happened, and maybe that would have been okay. But you got to know your audience, and it just I feel for him, because he took a hit, and now it's going to be hard for him to really be forceful about this thing later on down the road.
Well, and by doing it that way and then getting the pushback and backing down, you're going to see more fistfights. You're going to see weapons get pulled. We're probably going to see people get stabbed and shot over this. And it's it doesn't need to be this way at all.
No,
and it's such a failure of leadership, but also a failure of individuals. People claim to be patriots and they'd do anything for this country except wear a mask for 10 minutes in a grocery store. So that's apparently a bridge too far.
But they will march. They will march on state capitals with AKs.
Right.
That's what patriots do.
And nothing happens to them, and then you tear gas and fire rubber bullets at moms and veterans.
Yes, and veterans.
So that plays well. I mean, honestly, if I was the DNC, I'd simply just run an ad of that over and over and over again, because you're a guy in full riot gear beating a mom with a baton doesn't play well. That doesn't sit real well with an awful lot of people, and especially with the demographic that Cheeto and Chief is already losing. So, what have you. One last thing I want to point out, it is Black Restaurant Week in Indiana. As much as to eat local, obviously, with everything that's gone, but more than that, look up some of these Black businesses on IndyStar's website. Definitely check out. It was Maxine's Chicken and Waffles, Chef Oya's The Trap, a couple bakeries and other places. I don't have it all in front of me, but IndyStar's got it. Do317.com's got it as well. So a lot of places to check out. So do your part locally. And if you marched and you believed in the whole Black Lives Matter thing, this is another way to demonstrate a little bit of solidarity. So
absolutely,
that's my piece right there. So what you got?
Is Country Kitchen back open yet? Did they rebuild before COVID?
I don't believe so.
Dang it.
Yeah, I think
Oh,
that was
man.
I think that was going to be an uphill battle no matter what. And then I
Yeah,
think
I
COVID
agree.
probably threw a massive wrench into that. So
Yeah. Yeah.
it's unfortunate.
But definitely get out, support Black-owned
Yeah.
businesses, Black-owned restaurants, guys. Let's do this. Which brings me to my favorite piece of the show. Hey, Aaron. Hey, Aaron. You remember when you were a kid? Yeah.
Well,
Remember when you were a kid? Like, the TV shows you used to watch, the animated TV shows. What are those called?
cartoons.
Yes, yes. I'm glad you did not say anime. Okay, so or hentai. Anyway,
Well, those
um,
connotate something fairly different as far as I'm
yeah,
concerned.
exactly. Cartoons tonight, guys. I am going to show Aaron pictures, and he's going to
Lord.
tell me either the name of the cartoon character or the cartoon series. Okay, I'll give you leeway on that. Okay.
All right.
All right. Now, let's see. One last time. Can I share? No, it's not going to let me share. Okay, so we're going to do it.
My bad, buddy.
Hopefully.
I'll figure this out between shows.
Okay, here we go. Oop. No, can't see.
Is that Inspector
No,
Gadget? Is that Inspector Gadget?
that would be Inspector Gadget. Wow.
I can tell by the
how
ear and the hair. The ear and the hair I can see. Yeah, I loved Inspector Gadget. And
Dang it.
because yet again, it was one of those shows where the sidekick was smarter and the
Yeah,
sidekick was a dog.
There you go.
And
This
what
may.
Claw, wasn't Claw the villain?
Yes.
He had a cat and a gigantic metal gauntlet, and that's all you saw of him.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Love
Next.
Gadget. Yeah. Is that Captain Planet?
That would be Captain Planet, my friend.
Never saw that cartoon. All I know about it is that Tom Cruise is the voice, and it's supposed.
Pump brakes. Really? Tom Cruise is the voice of Captain Planet?
Yeah, pretty sure. Somebody at home fact check us, but yeah, I'm pretty sure. I've never seen the show, but I know that it's Captain Planet, and you've watched the show. And
I didn't know. Wow. Okay. All right. Character's name.
Gargamel, and his cat
was
Azrael. I have a whole bunch of Smurf figurines, man.
Wait, what? Seriously?
Yeah, the like little bitty. Yeah.
My respect for you has gone up, my friend. My respect for you. I'm gonna have to show you my Star Wars figurine collection. Well, my action figure, not figurine. Action figure collection.
Have a Smurfy day.
There you go.
Smurf you, man.
You ready?
Smurf you.
Here we go.
Alvin and the Chipmunks?
Yes.
Loved it. I had several of their albums.
Okay, we're going old school, of course, because I'm doing it.
Is this a quiz? Did you think I would not know?
No. I just wanted to go down. Just wanted to go down. Memory lane. Here we go.
I love it. Oh, Fat
Can
Albert.
You named them all.
Fat Albert and the Gang. Oh God. Well, Fat Albert.
That guy, red hat.
Shit. Mushmouth.
Yes. Little guy.
No. Man, this is going way, way back. We were little when this cartoon came.
Russell.
I only know
white shirt.
I only know Mushmouth and Fat Albert, man.
Think of the host of the real life host of the show that is now
Bill Cosby
because he's a perv. Yes,
Bill.
His name's Bill. I forget these two guys' name. I forget their name. I cannot remember, but I remember those guys. So good job. All right, here we go.
Is that She-Ra?
That is She-Ra, my friend.
Wow. Not sure. That would have been like a afternoon cartoon. It would have been like He-Man, She-Ra, and G.I. Joe kind of thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right when you got home, got home from school, watch a little G.I. Joe, and then you stuck around for, She-Ra. There you go. You're a kid. What? Come on.
Yes, I totally agree with you.
Right. There you go.
Voltron?
Yes.
Okay.
Good call.
See, and now we're getting. This is a little. I didn't get into the.
This is young for you.
Mecha
this is young
stuff. Well, yeah, but I'm just saying, like there was like a shit ton of cartoons that came out all playing on the mecha, the like
Yeah.
five different characters join and become like one large character.
Mm-hmm.
I just never watched that stuff.
How about this stuff?
Oh man, Space Ghost. Here's what's
Yes.
funny though. I don't really remember watching the original Space Ghost.
I know what you watched.
I watched Space Ghost Coast to Coast, where he's like a talk show host.
Yes.
My favorite character is Brack.
Space Ghost. Oh man, that was not good because of my voice. But anyway, here we go. Next guy. Now this is a throwback, my friend. This will stretch you. Here we go.
Is that Droopy Dog?
Yes.
I'm so sorry.
Good call. Good call. I had to throw an easy one in. Because they're my favorite.
It's Droopy Hanna-Barbera.
Yes.
That Transformers?
Hell yeah, it is. Yes.
I had some Transformers, but again, I just not your thing. It didn't appeal to me in the same way. I mean, I'm not dissing. I know tons of people dig it. It wasn't my bag.
Just wasn't your thing, huh?
Not my bag, baby.
Okay. So let's check this out. Here you go.
Oh, hells to the yeah.
Yes.
Powerpuff Girls.
Yes. Can you name them?
No, I cannot.
Oh man.
I know.
Blossom. Blossom. Buttercup. Bubbles.
Yeah. Bubbles. I know who the villain was. Mojo Jojo.
All right. This is hard. Okay, so I'm just the next picture down.
Well, it's Bert, Ernie, and the Count.
There you go.
I love me some Muppets. In fact, I mean, let's face it, one of my walk-in songs is the theme from the Muppet Show. So.
Oh, well, there you go.
Love it. Stadler and Waldorf. I have soft spots for, but Rolf and Fozzie are my favorites.
I got you. Last but not least, bad guy of them all.
Skeletor. I love all the Skeletor memes.
Yeah.
I'm having a bad day.
It's like I'm having a bad day. And there you go. That is Hey Aaron for today. Aaron, you passed with flying colors, my friend. I had Skeletor. I had a shit ton of He-Man too. I had far too many like action figure toys. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. But the best part was like they all existed in the same universe to me. So like I would have like Star Wars and G.I. Joes fighting against He-Man, stuff like that. I would have. Oh yeah. I would have I would take. Do you remember there was Dude, were you a G.I. Joe fan? Come on now. So I took the Dreadnoks. They're like an Australian biker gang. I took them and some other kind of badass looking figurines. Yeah. And, with my older brother's influence, we set up a rock concert, and the Dreadnoks were a rock band, and they sounded an awful lot like Iron Maiden, Maiden in Japan. Okay. Yeah, no. That sounds good. They were rocking the hell out, and everybody was in, we had too much time on our hands as kids, I think. Oh, man. It was so much fun, dude. So much fun. Kind of reminds me now I need to go get these action figures from my parents' attic and then set up a gigantic battle. I've got not next week, but the week after, I will break out the vintage Star Wars action figures, my friend. I will break those out. My brother had the original like foot tall G.I. Joe dolls, but they have disappeared into the ether somewhere. With the kung fu grips, right? Like they were like big and had like you could change their uniform. They had helmets and stuff. But yeah, they were badass. That's cool. That is so cool. Wow. Man, it was good going down memory lane with you. It's fun. It's you got to indulge yourself a little bit and just kind of take it easy. Yeah, I know. It's getting crazy. I just don't even know. I don't know where to go next anymore. It's just I wish we could just fast forward to November 3rd.
because one way or the other, things are going to change drastically. They're either going to get better or they're going to get worse.
Either the Evan and Aaron show will still be broadcast in the United States, or it'll be broadcast in Canada.
Well, we'll be rerouting the server. Well, at least be rerouting the server so they can't trace the signal.
Exactly. Yeah. There you go. It'll be like strange like brew. There you
knock
go.
on the door in the middle of the show, and it's an unmarked van.
Gestapo. Oh man, guys, listen. Thank you all so much for tuning in. We appreciate you, Aaron. Once again, man, I am headed out of town for the next week and a half to just go and sit somewhere other than here, and so yeah, it'll be fun. We'll see what happens next.
So you'll be gone next. You'll be gone next Wednesday.
Yeah, but I plan on broadcasting.
Okay,
so we'll see. We'll see.
Hey, we can do it remotely. Yeah. But yeah, that'll be good. Have a good trip. You leave tomorrow, yeah?
Leave tomorrow, my friend. Leave tomorrow.
Well, be safe. Enjoy your travels. Enjoy getting away. It would be really, really nice to just kind of unwind. I'm a bit envious of that.
I'm just driving, and it's going to be without contact from the outside world, so it'll be good. It'll be good. Although I'll still be working, so that sucks.
Still, though, hey, different place, different mindset. Hopefully, it help you recharge the batteries a little bit and get you going for when school resumes. So,
absolutely,
everybody, take it easy out there. Take a deep breath. Enjoy the outdoors when you can. Save your energy. Got a long road ahead, but we will be here with you every step of the way, and know that we love and care about you all. And as always, cheers and take care.
Black Lives Matter.
Indeed, my friend. You take care.
Yeah, you too, brother.